Hello and welcome to Your Health Moment podcast. I'm your host, Max Sturdivant, better known as Dr. Fitness. On this podcast, I want to give you the tools to start, continue, and never give up on your journey towards health. Now, whether you struggle with your weight, eating the right food, hydration, exercise, or even time management, you're in the right place, and I'm here for you. Now, let's dive right into this episode. Welcome back. Today we have a really exciting show with a really great guest. My guest today is Dr. Royce McGowan. Thank you for being here, Doc. And our show's topic is about belly fat. Here we go. So if belly fat is a problem for you or a problem for someone you know, you definitely want to listen to this and even join us with the No Belly Fat for September challenge by simply texting your name and your email to 904-236-5858. Text your name and your email to 904-236-5858. Now, belly fat, if you weren't aware, is a really great indicator that you have some serious health problems on the horizon if you have not already begun to face them.
That's right. Yep.
So, chiropractic wise, does belly fat have an impact on the back? Or
Heck yeah. You got to have strong abs, man. Solidify your core. The stronger your core, the less issues you're gonna have with your back. Period. And the easier it's gonna be to fix your back when you got a strong core.
Okay.
Weak core, yeah, it's tough. We're gonna get you taken care of, but it's so easy for you to slip right back into an issue because your core is not strong. So that is one of the main things. After I get people out of pain, you got to drop weight. You got to get your core strong. You won't have any more issues after that. And then we can just see you on a maintenance basis.
Oh, see, that's really nice.
No medications, no shots, none of that stuff, man.
Oh, like, we're always working with people to, improve their core strength.
Right.
My thought about it, I have so many thoughts about it. And one of them has to do with the machines that you see at the gym.
Okay.
I see a lot of people in the gym using exercise equipment and loading up the weight to do core exercises.
Okay.
They put weight on it and they do a core strengthening machine.
Okay.
90% of the people I see using it should not be on that machine.
They're doing it wrong, or they just shouldn't be doing it, the actual exercise itself?
Well, they shouldn't be doing the exercise themselves.
Really? Okay.
I tell people, don't put resistance like that, weighted resistance.
Oh, real heavy. They putting a lot of weight on there?
On your core.
Right.
When you already have signs of, there's too much belly fat already there.
Right.
And the more that you put that kind of weight on your muscles, it tends to push the abdominal muscles out more. So it just makes you look even bigger. So if the goal is to reduce your waist, loading up weight and doing a resistance with weight type of core exercise is not going to be helpful.
Oh, so that gets you bigger.
It'll get your waistline bigger. Okay,
that makes sense. It makes sense though.
So people always want to work it though because they have a big waist, so they want to do things to reduce it. And unfortunately, putting weight on your abs doesn't reduce it; it's going to increase it.
So what's the best way to reduce it?
So do resistance training that is more isometric.
Okay. And what do you mean by isometric? Is that
like
moving
planks,
or not moving? Oh,
not moving.
Okay.
So planks, but if you do move, you could do side planks where you have a little bit of movement.
Okay.
But you're stabilizing.
What about those things that in football? Oh, what about those things like in football when you lay down and you hold your feet up to 6-inch killers?
Oh yeah,
those are great.
Yep,
that's like an isometric exercise.
That's another really great one for lower abs, and it does hit your abs well.
Yeah.
So that type of exercise is really what we recommend that you should be
That'll
doing.
thin the waist.
That will thin the waist, and it's all about ways to thin the waist.
Okay. So I saw a guy this morning. He had that chain you put around, like the leather belt you put around your waist, and he laid I think he had like a 45-pound weight
On
on his thighs.
Okay.
And he had his legs like this, and he was lifting up with the 45-pound weight
On the legs.
On the legs.
That's the line. That's where you
build him up. He goes, this waist is going to get bigger.
He wants his waist to be bigger.
Okay.
So usually he wants to really define it, and probably not a lot of belly fat.
No, he wouldn't.
See? But if you got belly fat, don't do those weighted exercises.
Don't do that kind of stuff.
But if you don't have belly fat, because then you'll get a more defined ab.
Okay, gotcha.
But
that's all I wanted to clear.
But an undefined ab underneath belly fat is a real problem because it just looks really rough.
And it makes you more susceptible to like hernias and stuff like that, don't you? When those guys get those big stomachs and they get out there, then when they finally try to lose weight, their muscles have been so separated so long because their stomach, because that big stomach is the muscles, the abs that are connected in there have been stretched too. So am I right? I'm just asking. I'm really asking you, Doc.
Where comes the visceral fat? Absolutely, because that fat is underneath that muscle.
I see a lot of patients that's
a problem.
Well, yeah, and I have a lot of patients that I find hernias. They don't even have hernias because their stomach's so big. I'll see them when they're laying on the bed and they stand up or they sit up and they'll have this out part, the hernia basically. I can see the hernia when they sit up, and I'll let them know, hey man, that's a hernia. You need to go get that checked out with you. Especially big. I mean, I'm talking about. I've had patients with a big amount of their intestines comes out of their ab. They can see it. So, and I know it's solely coming from them having a very distended abdomen for a long period of time.
It's kind of funny. I guess it's like a woman when they're carrying a baby for 9 months.
It's exactly the same.
It does tend to split the muscles.
Yep. Period. I've had women come in here and they say, I forgot what the surgery's called, but they can sew those abs back together. And they, after those women have the baby and they stretch them out, and their muscles are just gone, shot.
So that's amazing. It's actually really good to know that when you have that kind of abdominal fat, that it can play a role in creating a lot of other problems. So a hernia is one of them, but other challenges that you can have besides a hernia is going to be diabetes, high blood pressure. The hernia is like a physical one.
Right.
But there's a lot of other challenges that come from having excess abdominal fat.
You're right.
Particularly the visceral fat.
Yeah, that visceral fat is going to cause it's going to make you predisposed to a whole bunch of different diseases that you don't really, nasty diseases. Like you just said, the diabetes, the high blood pressure, that stuff kills people, man.
So definitely see it as a warning sign. So when you see your waist start to get big, it's nothing to sneeze about or not pretend is not happening. It's really happening. And there are some serious health challenges that you could be experiencing as a result. And it's not if you're going to experience some challenges, it's simply when.
Yeah,
so if you're not experiencing them yet, you will if you don't get a handle on what's happening with your belly fat.
And something we got to touch on real quick that a lot of people around the United States, period, are doing is taking a lot of these, what is that drug called that everybody's taking out to lose weight, but it's giving everybody Ozempic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ozempic and all that. Listen, man, if you guys do that stuff, I'm not condoning it, but if you do it short period of time, just to get you jump started, and make sure you're eating and doing healthy stuff during that time when you do things like that, because those type of ways to lose weight make you gain weight after you get through. And if you don't change your habits and your lifestyle, you're just gonna lose weight while you're taking the pill, and then when you stop taking the pill, God forbid you get side effects, which every pill has 900. You're gonna have, if you have something with it, you're doing good with your weight. Oh, I lost 20 pounds, but you got this rash that looks like you're dying on your back and your neck, and you got to stop taking it. Now your weight just and you got a rash.
Really, it's kind of crazy because that is one of those drugs. Like, I mean, I have to admit, at this point, I'm still a fan.
People lose so much weight. It was because they lose so much weight. I've seen people; they look great.
And the thing I'm seeing that I have the trouble with is a lot of people that are using it are not morbidly obese.
Oh yeah.
So they have a little bit of fat that they could lose by just changing certain habits. You know what I mean? And they're taking Ozempic. So
They're
it's like
lazy.
you're using a sledgehammer to kill a roach.
Right. They
Okay.
can use a little bit of willpower, a little bit of perseverance,
willpower, or
and
just
they can
step
lose
on it.
15 or 20 pounds. Yeah.
You know?
Or you could just step on the roach. Now
You
you
could
got
just get your little slipper and crack them real good. Or you could get a sledgehammer from the garage or take a special trip to Home Depot and get it, because that's like going to get the prescription. Let's really put it in perspective. So when you go through all of that to get the medicine, it'd be good if you really need it. And we're talking obese. So your body fat percent should be well over 30%.
Right.
Okay. So if you're over 30%, I could understand it. But if you're under 30%, I would caution you to really consider doing something different.
Right. You got to. I can respect that, but you got to be careful with that stuff, because there are starting to have some things are circulating around about some of the side effects and stuff that it's causing on people as well. So
The
you gotta be
Ozempic,
careful.
yeah.
The Ozempic. They've come up with another side one. I don't know the name of it, but it's not Ozempic, but they changed a couple things, and there are people just using it just for weight loss. So a lot of those drugs are found like that, man. Just like Viagra. Viagra was basically a blood pressure medication, and then they found out that it was arousing people sexually, and then they turn it into it's all a sexual thing now.
Now it's all about that label, isn't
that's
it?
it.
Money, money, money.
Money, man.
Hey, Doc, I really want to thank you for joining me today on this episode of Your Health Moment. Remember, if there's anything you want to know about Dr. McGowan, it's all in the show notes, how to contact him. And I'm telling you, he's one of the coolest and the best chiropractor I know. So definitely reach out, ask him some questions, and come in for a visit. Get yourself adjusted, or check out the decompression machine that's at the clinic. So a lot of great things happening at McGowan Medical Centers.
Thanks, Doc.
Have a great day. And hey, keep it locked, because the next show coming up is really cool. I got a great guest. See you next time. Thank you for listening to this episode of Your Health Moment podcast. If you enjoyed what you've heard, you can visit our website, yourhealthmoment.com, for past episodes, show notes, and all the resources that we mentioned on the show. Feel free to connect with me on social media too. Send me a DM and let me know what your thoughts are about the episodes that you've been listening to. And don't be shy about requesting any other show topics that you might like to explore.